Yeah, dogs, welcome to Drake's Kitchen. It's time for breakfast. Some granola, some Simply Quaker. This stuff's pretty good, guys. Well, that's a problem. Forget Quaker. Alright, we're going to start making our own granola. We're going to start with 2 tablespoons of butter. Let that melt out. We're also going to grab some coconut oil. It's going to be about a tablespoon. My coconut oil is frozen right now, so trying to clump it out with a knife. But yeah, don't freeze your coconut oil. I don't know why, but I just stored it in the freezer. Anyways, there you go. Coconut oil. So now you're going to let that melt down. So I guess you can watch some butter and coconut oil melt. It's always satisfying, I guess, right? That butter is melted. Alright, so here are the quick oats. They're a little bit smaller than old-fashioned oats. Here are old-fashioned. They're going to go right in the pan. 3 cups old-fashioned, 1 cup of quick oats. Mix those around, swirl them around, spread the oil, spread the butter, and we'll get a nice bake. Mix it up. Make that butter fly. Throw in a tablespoon of butter. Now we're just going to mix it around and cue the music. Alright, now we're going to swirl in some maple syrup. We're going to do a mix of dark maple syrup and light maple syrup, or dark and brown. One's got more of an amber flavor to it. I like the taste. It adds more depth to the recipe. It's good. So try it with or without. Compare the two. Now we're going to add some of the finest sugar we got. Actually, it's not very fine. It's just Sam's Club cheap. But it's about 1/4 cup. We're going to add about a 1/4 cup of honey as well. My measurements not really good. I don't do much measuring. I just throw it in there. If it looks good, it looks good. Now we're going to smooth it around. This is on our cast iron pan. I like to cook with cast iron. It holds in the heat very well. I also use a gas stove. And we're going to sprinkle a little bit of salt. Salt, flavor enhancer, even when you're doing sweets, man. Oh, and don't forget baking soda. I saw it on my countertop and thought I should use it. It had baking in it, so should work, right? But we're going to mix that around. Add some of the pisto de resistance, which is that vanilla extract, and then we'll add in some brown sugar. Chop it up, mix it around, round, and yeah, cue the music. But wait, there's more. Flaxseed. It's a super secret ingredient. Just helps you poop. And some coconut. You can use dried or the sweetened coconut. I use the unsweetened. It's supposed to be healthier. And then cinnamon. Puff puff. Spray that pan down. Alright, so we're going to spray the pan. Spread out this the granola down onto the pan. And spread it around. You're going to do this while it's hot. If you do it while it's cold, it ain't going to work. Trust me. So you can already see how the sugars inside the oats are starting to harden up and crystallize. That's what happens over heat. It causes the sugar to crystallize. So we're going to spread that around just so we can go bake it in the oven. So let's pop this bad boy in the oven. We're going to use some pineapple. What is that? It's cut off. Just kidding. It's chunks. Alright, so pineapple chunks. We're going to use this sucker. Or actually, you know what? Better yet, I got a good idea. To the garden. Out in the garden, we got a pineapple. Dude, that looks pretty good, man. You want to know how these grow? I'll show you. To the garden on the other side. Alright, so here's my pineapple garden. It's pretty easy to do, guys. All you do is chop the head off the pineapple, leave like that much, and then pop it in the ground. Boom, done. Literally, we just ate that like 2 nights ago. That's how it works. This one, yeah, that was like 2 months ago. That one I just showed you, that was like a year ago. Anyways, back to the kitchen. Alright, now what we're gonna do is take these chunks and spread them on a pan. Use your hand or a spoon, whatever. I'm just gonna use my hand. No one's watching, right? It's up to you guys. Throw it out there. We're just gonna leave it in chunks. It's okay, we got a lot of moisture on there, but we're gonna bake it for a while. So it'll work out nice. I like a lot of pineapple. Pineapple granola. Actually, the pineapple just adds like a sweet acid to it. To the oven. We're gonna bake it for about 425 to 400. Hey guys, back in with a pineapple update. Those suckers were cooking for like 15-20 minutes, about 400, 425. They got a little golden brown, not too much, but big tip is get as much moisture off as you can. It'll make the process go a lot quicker. Definitely get pineapple tidbits. Obviously, chopping them up would have been a lot better idea. But anyways, lesson learned. So we're gonna go ahead and chop these jokers up and throw them back in the oven for about 15 to 20 more minutes. We're gonna turn the temperature down just a bit because pineapples are high in sugar and sugar will burn very easily. To the oven. Alright guys, now we're checking in with the granola. This is how it looks after it cooks about 15-20 minutes. It will melt out, not melt out, but it'll almost level out. It looks kind of like a granola bar, so if you're finished at this temperature, you can save it into like a chewy bar, so around the 225, 230 range. That's a good range if you want to make some chewy bars. You can leave it in that sheet, whatever, by all means. You can cool it out, put chocolate chips on top, whatever you want. Hey, it's a recipe. You're at Drake's Kitchen, do whatever you want. No rules, remember? So we're going to go ahead and space this out. We're going to throw it back in the oven after this, but the reason why we're spacing out, we're getting into crumbles because we're making a granola in this recipe. We're going to go ahead and sprinkle some cranberries on there as well. I like cranberries in my granola in addition to pineapple, and we'll stuff it in the oven. See how it goes. Alright, so go ahead and scrape this up. You can kind of hear how it's getting a little bit more solid. But I'll show you guys in the future. Well, not in the future, but anyways, about 2 minutes from here, I'll show you how it sounds. It'll sound nice and crispy. This is about 5 minutes out after the oven.